Well, good morning, everyone. It's Sunday. You know what that means by now. Welcome along to the next day of our Train Sim World 2 walkthrough. Well, they're not walkthroughs, we just play the scenarios, we chill out with you, and we get on with it. But we're going to the Great Western Express route again. We're going to do some of the DLC from the Legends of the Great Western, and today we're going to do this fix-up scenario. We're going to go take a Gronk out onto the main line, and we're going to go rescue a Class 52, which has gone and broken down. See, the mighty Maybachs are prone to failure as well. They are mighty, but the Gronks are about to be mightier. But anyway, let's get out there. Simon's with us as well. Grab me a ticket, get in line. We'll see you out on the tracks, folks. He's ready. Are you ready to Gronk it up, sir?
It's time to Gronk it up!
Yes.
I'll probably get sued now.
You probably will get sued. Who will you get sued by?
Jennifer Kerr.
Oh, lovely. Hello, Jennifer, if you are watching this. Simon just copyrighted you. So, yeah, we're on the Great Western. We are at the back of Southall Depot. And we're going to take this little 08 for a run. Apparently this little 08 is a legend of the Great Western.
Well, it still was. I think it still is.
It probably still is.
Because believe it or not, these 08 shunters still actually shunt the Light Riviera's sleeping stock into London Paddington sometimes.
They did 08136, if I recall rightly, something like that.
Actually, they don't anymore. I just realised this old Oak Common is shut.
Yes, that's
right.
right.
And they're actually coming from Reading now.
Yeah, so what, a Gronk does all the way from Reading, does it? That would be hilarious if it did. Right, so we got to go to that signal there. Unfortunately, folks, the top speed of a Gronk is slow.
Very slow.
Very slow. Passing some 101s here. There's South. This is back when Southall Depot was bustling. Have we got to stop at that signal? I think we've got to stop at that signal. That's what I think anyway. Normally when I think something, I'm 100% wrong.
Now, the idea of this scenario is we've got to rescue a broken down train.
Yes, we do. Unfortunately, the mighty Maybach has decided that it's no longer as mighty as it needs to be.
Nope.
So therefore, we've got to go. We've got to go and rescue it. What I will do as well while I'm here, allow us to address the elephant in the room. I know that a few videos ago, in fact, no, it was on the last Great Western one we did, when we did the 52 from Slough. Well, sorry, from Reading to Slough. I asked you if you wanted me to hashtag test Sheldon's knowledge in this video of the Great Western. Unfortunately, Alan Moore, due to the fact that one, Simon has been very busy and he hasn't had time to swat up. Two, the fact that he's also very lazy and hasn't even bothered to swat up. And three, the fact that I'm also very lazy and forgot to get the questions sorted. There'll be no test. And you can't see him right now, but he's practically doing somersaults in this room.
Yay!
Yay!
That was a sarcastic yay!
That was a sarcastic yay. However, if I will put a proviso on this video. If this video gets to 40 likes in one day, and everybody at the same time says hashtag test Sheldon's knowledge, then the next Great Western scenario we do, you're getting it.
100% getting it. Even if I had to electric shock this person just to wake him up so he can write the questions down.
Hold on, get it what?
It.
He remembers the old Chris Jericho skit, doesn't he?
I just took a random guess on that.
You did. So what are we going to do in instead of this then? That's an unusual route. Did you see that just then?
No.
When we get to Hayes and Harlington, we got to switch over onto the down slow, and then from the up slow, and then we got to switch back to the up slow. This grog's taking you on a magical mystery tour here.
But back in the day when the Class 52 Westerns are running, you don't see the wires that you see on the right. They weren't there.
That is true.
You don't see the line branching off to Heathrow Airport, because that was built in, I think it was the late 90s.
So that sounds about right.
Yeah, late 90s, 2000.
Because did it start off as Heathrow Express and Heathrow Connect? Or was it just whatever the region was at this time? Which I imagine would be First Great Western. If not First Great Western, it'd be... Oh no, it was all the intercity stuff at that time, wasn't it?
No, during that time, I think it was the Great Western Railway with I think it just started as the privatisation started.
That's right, because I remember a load of yellow and blue and white and blue intercity 125s.
Then there was like the green and yellow ones, and what maybe they called it, which was like the gold stripe on it, called bag packet. I don't know why they called it that, but
I think it might have had something to do with the fact that back in the day, when I remember a certain useless piece of shit. Don't worry, folks. I can say that he doesn't watch these videos. Although somebody's probably going to link him now. He was a heavy smoker, and when a pack of cigarettes came out, it did have the yellow thing around the what's it called?
packet.
The packet, yeah. So it did look like a cigarette packet. But yeah, here we go. He's got the
Yeah, Heathrow Express started operating in 1998.
1998. So I'm trying to think, when did we get our extension to Heathrow Airport? Because the one thing that I only ever travelled on what was the 332s once.
Same here, I only travelled on it once. I can't remember which number I travelled on.
I can't remember which number I travelled on it, but I bet we did the same route. I bet
The free one.
The free one, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do 4 to 3, 5 to 3?
I can't remember.
I can't. I did one of the terminals. I can't.
There's a photo of me on one, but I can't remember which number it was. But Heathrow Connect didn't start until 2005, because there's two different Heathrow services. You've got your Heathrow Express, which is London Paddington straight to Heathrow.
Yes.
And then your Heathrow Connect is where it stopped at the other stations along the line.
Now, bonus point for Simon if he can remember from Paddington the stations that it stops at. And all of a sudden...
Right, did it stop at Acton Main Line? Or did it?
It did. They were the only ones to stop at Acton Main Line.
Do they stop now though?
No, sorry, I am wrong. I am absolutely wrong, and I do apologise, because I remember the... No, hold on. Now I'm getting confused here.
We are getting confused here.
Because it says it passes Acton Main Line. I'm sure... No, they passed through Acton Main Line, so you were right. Because I think it was the responsibility of what was the Greenford trains at the time.
Yeah.
To stop at Acton Main Line.
We're also passing Hayes and Harlington here.
Yes, we are. See what I mean? We're on the wrong line at H&H.
Yeah.
Why are we on the wrong... Why have they done this?
No idea.
Nor they.
But no, I think the first stop was Ealing Broadway.
Yeah.
Then they stopped at West Ealing.
Yeah.
Then they definitely... Did they stop at Hanwell?
Yes, they stopped at Hanwell.
Yeah, Hanwell. Then they stopped at Southall.
Yes.
Then Hayes and Harlington.
Yes.
Then they turned off to go to Heathrow.
That is absolutely correct. I don't know who took over the Hayes and Harlington stretch when... I think it's... I don't know who took over the Hayes and Harlington. Well, no one's called the Acton Main Line at the moment.
Today.
There you go. No one stops at.
Mind you, this is a Sunday I'm looking at.
Yeah, this is at Sunday. Sundays are pretty atrocious. Try Monday. There you go. Try that. Now see what comes up. It's the Crossrail service, so it is them again.
Yeah, so we have this system in London now called Crossrail, or known as the Elizabeth Line or the Crossrail Purple Line. Even though they're not fully purple trains, but if you want fully purple trains,
There's our rescue train.
Alright, it's just stay there.
Yeah.
You want fully purple trains, just go to East Midlands Railway, they're full purple.
Wrong.
Well, some of them are, some of them aren't.
Thank you.
Alright, bossy boots.
Excuse me, when did you go on the Midland Main Line? When did you last go on the Midland Main Line? When did you last go on the Midland Main Line again?
A couple of days ago.
A couple of days ago. Did you see any purple trains?
Yes.
Right. Are they all full purple?
No.
No, shut up then. I went to the Midland Main Line last Saturday and I did see some full purple trains. But I also saw some purple and white trains. Or is it grey?
No idea.
It's one of the two. Let's just go with one of the two and go from there.
But anyway, back to what I was saying, right?
Yeah.
So the line is actually not fully open yet because it's kept me pushing back, pushing back, pushing back, pushing back, pushing back. Got pushed back because of the coronavirus. They got pushed back, but hopefully should be but it's actually partly operational at the moment, but not the full route.
It's actually 2 parts operational, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
actually, no, it's 2 out of 4 parts, isn't it? Because there is going to be... No, actually, sorry, it's 4 out of 6 parts. And Simon's looking at me and thinking, what the fuck are you on about here? Go with me on this. Because the full stretch is going to be Reading and or Heathrow terminals, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Straight through to either Shedfield or there's that station that's on the DLR.
Abbey Wood.
Abbey Wood, that's it. The stretch to Reading is open.
Yes.
But I think
It's Reading to London Paddington.
it's Reading to London Paddington. It's also London Paddington to Heathrow.
Yes.
On the other side, it's only London Liverpool Street to Shedfield because I don't believe the Abbey
No,
Wood branch
that's
is
not
open
open
yet.
yet.
So actually, it's 3 out of 5, and I do apologise. The stretch we're waiting for is the stretch that will run between London Paddington and London Liverpool Street under the city.
Yes.
And I think the problem is around about the area that's locked off about, which is Tottenham Court Road and Holborn. That's where I think everything else is in place. It's just that stretch between TCR and Holborn that we're waiting for. As soon as
It's kind of in place because they have started running underneath it.
yeah,
As driver training and trial runs and all that, but
and it also should be noted and pointed out that when the Elizabethan line fully opens, at the moment the Crossrail trains are calling high level Paddington. It will be low level. They've built a station underneath London Paddington, and they're gonna
now when it hopefully opens at the end of the year.
He'll know more about this.
Yeah, I kind of do actually.
Okay, go on then.
Right.
I'll shut up and let him talk about it then.
Yeah, it's time for Let Sheldon Talks. Anyway,
Actually, should this segment actually be called Bazingery and shut the fuck up?
or Trains with Sheldon.
Trains with Sheldon. You know right about now it's going to pop up in the corner in some part of the screen here. Trains with Sheldon.
I'll have to design that myself.
Actually, I can do it on here.
No, design it myself, but you pop it up on there.
All right then.
Anyway, but when that stretch of the Crossrail Elizabeth line opens, it's going to be the Paddington low level towards Field and Abbey. No, I think it's Abbey Wood first. That's going to be. So when they run through the centre of London, it's not actually going to be fully open at first.
Okay.
But then after that, it will be fully opened.
In fact, Simon, train to Sheldon is going to tour. We've pulled up to the signal here just outside of West Drayton.
I'll catch up with you in a second on that. I just want to check
Now, what we're doing here is we got to basically look. Now, this is in the infancy of when we moved to the immersion controls. Because when you were immersive controls, it was push a button and off you would go. Now, it's a case of I've got to remember what you're seeing here. I'm trying to remember what the button is to switch that red signal so we can go and couple up to the Western. I know now it's you hold the circle button, but now it's one of those you're not so sure about, unfortunately. So we just got to bear with it for the moment. But Simon is back now, so we will continue with Trains with Sheldon.
Yeah, it's alright because the paths are actually in a site called Real-Time Trains
Yes.
that I use. And it is Paddington Crossrail to Abbey Wood Crossrail. That's going to be the first stage when it goes through the centre of London.
Okay. What's all this Westbourne Park? Oh, that's carriage side.
Yeah, that's where they just because they go one way, they go out the same way, but then they go Westbourne carriage sidings and then back into Paddington to form the next service back to Abbey Wood.
But when it opens fully, it will not be a problem, will it? Now,
No.
one thing that I would like to know here. Obviously, when Crossrail finally does open, after years and years of sitting around on its arse and waiting, we're still trying to find the signal here to let us through here, by the way. Obviously, we know on the Great Western side what the station's going to be to do the Crossrail services, because they're going to, I assume, call the majority of stations between Acton Main Line and Hayes and Harlington. Because then after Hayes and Harlington, the Heathrows will disappear one way and the Readings will disappear another way.
Yes.
Where would be the place on the other side? Because that's the problem. We know where the Shenfield stuff will come from. We don't know where the Abbey Wood stuff is coming from. And usefully, it's right here on the timetable. Woolwich. It goes absolutely nowhere. Canary Wharf!
Yeah. There's a junction called Stepney Green Junction.
I'm going to have to pull out the track atlas here. Oh, here we go. Now we've had to resort to finding the controls here.
Yeah, we're just sitting around doing nothing.
There we go. We can proceed through at restricted speed here.
We were just sitting there doing nothing like Crossrail.
Exactly. Yeah, you're funny. Oh, you're funny, aren't you? Why don't you entertain people by doing the Simon Gronkalong song?
There's no Gronkalong song.
Make one up.
No.
No, yeah, exactly. How to get Simon to shut up. Tell him to make up a song. Oh, there we go. Right, so it goes Abbey Wood. Obviously, we won't be able to do Abbey Wood. We can't do Plumstead. We can't do Woolwich. We can't do... Where are you?
Right up between
There.
Woolwich and...
We can't do Custom House. Go back the other way. It's going to go nowhere near Liverpool Street. However, I've just seen its route, and it's a really complicated route.
I know, especially when they're like digging out the tunnels for it at Tottenham Court Road, because they had to be like very close to... They were very close to the Northern Line, I think it's the Northern Line.
It was one of the two, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Hold on. So it disappears down there, then it comes up Whitechapel, goes at the back of Liverpool Street. It doesn't even stop at Liverpool Street. I guess it does. I'm looking at the wrong name here. Farringdon? Bloody hell. Now which way am I going? I'm going this way. Can't I? There you are. Tottenham Court Road, Bond Street, Paddington, and then go do a zigzag under Paddington to get onto the Great Western Main Line. So there is going to be no place to do Crossrail on the Abbey Wood section because it looks like it's all underground.
There is a footbridge where the old Silvertown station used to be. You can film at.
Silvertown. That's on the DLR, isn't it?
No, that was on the former North London line to Woolwich. North Woolwich.
Ah, why am I thinking there was a Silvertown on the DLR? Excuse me.
No idea. Anyway,
Nor
we're
me.
about to couple up to the Western.
We are about to couple up to the Western. We're coming in a bit too hot as well. That's going to end in disaster. There you go.
You bounced off it.
I bounced off the Western. Hopefully, here at West Drayton, it will...
Hope you haven't damaged it even further.
No, I haven't. It's D1034. Which one's that one? I've heard of 1034.
Western something.
Western something. Yeah, let's go with Western something and go from there. Western something. Wouldn't it just be now we've got to go back to the depot. Western something dark side. Western something complete. Yeah, I could do the apple. Now we can look at this big window. 1034 is Western Dragoon.
Something Western
That's easy for you to say, isn't it, Simon?
Dragoon.
Everyone's going to take the mick now that you can't spell Dragoon or pronounce Dragoon.
Dragoon.
Why? Yeah, we don't need.
We don't know why we do.
We don't need that wiper anymore. We do need this wiper though. Now, I want to see how many people can we get this grog up to the maximum speed of a grog, which is 25 miles an hour. Wouldn't that just be brilliant if we could? I wonder if we get to go on the... Can we go on the main line with this grog?
It would be hilarious if we did.
Oh, that would be brilliant. I want to go on the main line with the grog. I want to go on the main line with the grog.
Now, on the technicality, these grogs actually have done their mainline workings.
Have they?
What they call it in the past trip workings. It's just basically from one yard to the next yard.
Yeah, you keep nattering. I'm just typing something in. For
These like trip workings were just like taking a couple of wagons, or probably a load of wagons from one freight yard to the next freight yard, and I think the last one they did was in Cornwall with like China clay wagons and all that.
Now that China clay train still runs today, doesn't it? And if I'm right, isn't the head coach like 6 Charlie 37?
They do still run China clay wagons, but it's very rare you see a grog on it these days. I think you don't see a grog at all.
I mean, it's not like when we go over to Germany, which reminds me, we need to start thinking about Germany and Austria. I'm adamant. I know. Right about now. Look, this goes up around about the end of June time, so it's about 6 months away. I think I'd be happy to say that maybe the coronavirus restrictions will all be lifted by then. That is what I'm thinking.
Well, as of when we're filming this, the next day, which is the 24th of May,
Yes.
you're allowed to go to Spain as of the next day of filming.
Are you allowed to go to Portugal?
Portugal was the 17th.
Oh, so you are allowed to go to Portugal?
Yeah.
It's okay. I only bring that up because there is a well-known YouTuber on YouTube. I won't say his name. He does loads of travel things around. He does loads of travel. He came up as a subject a couple of months back when him and Cross Country got into a bit of a...
Oh yeah.
Yeah. he went over to Portugal, and there was part of me at the back of my mind thinking, well, hang on, should you be going to Portugal? Because I thought Portugal was still on our restricted list. Plus,
No, Portugal was in the first 10 countries which were given the green light,
Yeah.
but Spain wasn't.
So what do we know? What other countries? I definitely know we're going to be going nowhere near India at the moment. India will probably be the very last country. Why are we crossing over onto the slope? See, now we're crossing over onto the up slope.
Not going on the fast line, are we?
Oh, go on. Let us go on the fast line. Let this Gronk go on the fast line. Surely, go on. We'll soon know if it does. I think it's gonna. Oh my God, we're going on the fast line.
High speed Gronk.
High speed Gronk, 125 miles an hour.
We wish.
You've never seen a Gronk take off so fast in your life. You've never seen a little.
Gronk hits 225 miles an hour. I'll be eating my hat.
Simon, wait. If this Gronk goes above 1 mile an hour a year, it's going to explode. I tried to do my best speed there, but it wasn't happening.
Slow down, Gronk.
Slow down, Gronk. Exactly.
I know it's a delayed reaction, but I couldn't figure something at the time.
You needed Sandra Bullock right about then. Make her Sandy B. She is. She is. It's a shame that we don't get more movies with Sandra in. It's like a lot of these actresses that we grew up with. They're now disappearing off the face of the planet. You don't see as much Sandra Bullock movies nowadays. Cameron Diaz has given up acting. Yeah, she has. Who else haven't we seen for ages? Uma Thurman?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of an Uma Thurman movie in ages. Catherine Zeta-Jones. I haven't heard of a KZJ movie in ages.
No, I haven't seen one for a long while.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking at our movie. What's her name? Jessica Alba. You haven't seen a Jessica Alba movie in ages.
No.
All these actresses, they're being replaced by fresh faces like Margot Robbie and Gal Gadot, and who's that? Who's that other one? I forgot her name now. There's another one you don't see many movies of nowadays. Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt, a good old bit of British all right. She just has one of those accents that just sounds. She's not posh British, but you can tell she's British without being British. All you gotta do is hear her say Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, and that just sounds like Benedict Cumberbatch, the perfect name for a Brit to pronounce. See, if an American said it, Benedict Cumberbatch, doesn't sound right. But a Brit, Benedict Cumberbatch, it sounds right.
It does sound right, to be honest.
Exactly. We haven't seen the Benedict Cumberbatch. Fuck that up, didn't I?
Yes.
We haven't seen the Benedict Cumberbatch movie in ages. What was his last movie? Pass!
Oh, he was like Marvel's one or something like that.
Was he in a Marvel?
Doctor Strange?
May have been. It was definitely. I remember him being in a Marvel movie. But I think a lot of people will get exactly what I'm saying. You got all these actresses from our youth, and they're now disappearing. I mean, take Helen Hunt. I loved Twister when I was growing up. You don't hear much of Helen Hunt nowadays. She's unfortunate. Simon's looking up Benedict Cumberbatch movies. Why are we talking about Benedict Cumberbatch movies? Radio, narration, video games. He's in video games. Which video games was he in? Family Guy, The Quest for Stuff. He was in the Family Guy movie. Interesting.
What's the last movie?
What was his last last movie. I think this is his movie. It's here. Here, yes.
There we go.
Yeah, he's in he's good in the upcoming Doctor Strange. He's in the Spider-Man movie as well. No Way Home. I think his last one that.
That's his last one, isn't it?
Yeah, the Mauritian. Never, can't say I've ever seen that one, unfortunately.
No. I know Doctor Strange was 2016. I was thinking it was now because it's probably the next one.
Yeah. I'm looking at you. It's apparently in the Hobbits movie. I know what movie you're thinking. You're thinking Avengers, the Endgame movie.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of Avengers Endgame.
The problem is though, there's been a lot of movies being pushed back.
Yeah, Corona has really passed 101 there on the.
Yes.
We had the door open as well. Imagine if we had stuck our head out. Hello, we are the Mighty Five.
Yeah. Because like ourselves at the moment, we're still waiting to see the new James Bond movie.
I forget what that movie. It's No Time to Die, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Billy, you've not heard the Bond movie, have you?
No.
No.
Maybe.
Billie Eilish has done an absolutely cracking job. I've got to admit, the last few people have done an absolutely amazing job of the Bond film. Billie Eilish, Sam Smith, Adele, they've all done an absolutely fantastic job with it. Cannot fault it. And that is the truth.
I'll steal another thing from Jennifer Kern. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Yeah, meanwhile back at the ranch, exactly. But yeah, that's what who was before Adele? The move before Adele. That was
Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace. The less said about that movie, the better. But certainly, I think it was Trent Cornell, or who sadly is no longer with us. He did a great job with the Casino Royale theme. Did an absolute fantastic job with it. That is probably one of my top 5 Bond themes of all time, and I will say that openly, and I'll say that freely as well. I do think that was a cracking Bond theme. Why are we going off on tangents about Bond themes now?
Yeah.
We should be talking about Gronky Boy here. Which I believe, how far are we from Southall East Yard? We're about a mile away, it looks like.
By the way, we're only doing 20 miles an hour.
20 miles an hour. So
this grog goes to 21 miles an hour. It's going to explode.
Get out of the way! And then there's going to be an Eskimo on an iceberg sitting there. It's like, well, not an Eskimo on an iceberg. It's going to be a London commuter sitting on the platform. Yeah. What the fuck? Like, oh, yeah, we got to slow it down to 15. We got to slow it down to 15. Now we can't go above 16 miles an hour.
Finally in time, there is actually something that you don't know about the word grog.
Really? I didn't know anything about this. This should be good.
Because the word, if you watch in Australia, we do apologise. I think it's Australia.
What does grog mean in Australia? Hello, Trent. How are you, mate? Put another titty on the barbie.
Because the grog we refer to is the nickname of this locomotive we're driving.
Yes.
But the grog being American means they generally act a bit like an idiot and make a fool of themselves.
Oh, so in other words,
yeah, it has a different definition in Australia. I think it's Australia.
So when a YouTuber I watch, because he always ends his videos with, always remember, keep it respectful, keep it wholesome, don't be a Marnus. And Marnus is, I think, another word for idiot. he's looking up here at grog meanings.
Yeah.
There's only one. Actually, hold on. I've just thought of something here. Right?
Yeah.
I've just thought of something here. Right? You're saying that in Australia it means someone who acts like an idiot.
Yes.
Right. Robert Gronkowski! Idiot! That's right, Gronk. I said something. Come do something about it.
No, he probably just danced.
He probably actually, what, with his monster in one hand, his Subway in the other hand, and his Dunkin' Donuts hanging somewhere else, okay?
Sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes, sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts.
Not really.
What was the other thing he was sponsored by in the Family Guy thing?
Monster Energy Drink?
I said Monster, I said Subway.
I can't remember what the other sponsor was.
Mountain Dew, was it Mountain Dew?
Maybe.
Yeah. Sponsored by Mountain Dew. No, that doesn't sound right.
So we are passing through
Southall.
Southall.
Southall's on your left here. Southall station hasn't really changed that much over the years. Apart from the fact that the line, now there's a big fence here blocking off this line from the line next door. And Southall, what is Southall Yard is now actually belongs to West Coast Railway Companies, I believe.
It does.
And they store all of their
Some locos, wagons there.
Yeah.
Sometimes if they do tours in London, they actually they staple them overnight.
They do.
There's Southall Yard there, West Coast Railways.
There it is. Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
That is something that's good to know. What we got here? We got 101s coming up here. Oh dear me. Yeah, just sending another comment. There we go. Oh, that's over. Let's just let that run while it goes. So I think it's a case of we're parking up here, and
that's it.
That's it. We're done for the day.
Train, good one.
Train successfully rescued. Now it could be next week the Bakerloo line. We are expecting the Cathcart Circle anytime soon. We're expecting Crate Creek anytime soon. I don't think it'll be the rush hour stuff, because I think that's scheduled for later in July. But I will say now, if it is that stuff, then Brighton Main Line will be first.
Yes.
Because we want to run a 377 from
London to Brighton.
I can safely assume it won't be the St Ives to the Penzance to Truro stretch. That I can safely assume. So don't panic about that. But we have pulled up very nicely, and we can shut this
Actually, is it a Penzance to Truro with the St Ives branch?
That's what I said. Truro to Penzance with the St Ives branch.
I thought you said Penzance to St Ives.
No, I did say St Ives originally. Then changed it. You've got to pay attention. Yes, we're going to jump out to see our train here. There it is. Look at that. 08477 just dragged that back from West Drayton. Isn't that nice?
Very nice.
Indeed it is. I think we do very well when we ask for 25 likes.
Yes.
Wait, bronze!
Why did you get bronze?
Get subscribed for more Resident Evil 8, more Wreckfest, more Maneater, more The Last of Us 2. Sorry, The Last of Us Remastered. Stay safe, be kind to each other. If you can't be kind, punch the bleed screen, because I only got a bronze. And a bronze is out of order. We'll see you next week for Tracing World 2. See you tomorrow for Resident Evil 8, folks. Sheldon, you always have to have the last word, don't you?
I think he's pissed.
I think I'm pissed as well.